What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fitness Over Everything podcast, aka the FOEcast. As you can tell, I'm not joined by Cubes in this intro because I'm recording this on the day after we actually recorded the podcast because the camera battery died. And we're still trying to figure this stuff out. We're still trying to figure out how to podcast correctly. But welcome to another episode. In this episode, we talk about nutrition, we talk about diet, we talk about fad diets, diets we've been on, diets we want to try, our experiences through dieting and our weight loss journeys, all of the above, things we recommend, things we don't recommend you do. We talk about fasting, keto, all that good stuff. But before we get into the nitty gritty of our diet experiences, we have a little intro portion before we start talking about nutrition and whatnot. We talk about yoga. We talk about my experience in the Live Hard program on phase 2. I failed when I got about a week into it, so I have to restart. We just talk about that a little bit. We bullshit. We actually talk about a new AC invention that might knock the air conditioning realm out of the park and save some money on your electricity bill. So we talk about that a little bit. We talk about a little bit of other stuff. But without further ado, let's get right into this episode. If you guys enjoy, share this with a friend, a family member, someone who may benefit from it. If you learn something, share it with a friend or someone you may think needs some of this knowledge. That's what we're trying to do with this podcast, just help you guys out, give you some of our advice and things we've learned over the courses of our journeys and try to help you guys out. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alrighty, we're live now. I just had to make sure, I just like to wait a little bit up for that thing, because remember last time it cut it off.
Yeah.
How you doing, Cubes?
Pretty good, you know.
What did you do today?
Today I worked.
Oh yeah, you had your shift changed.
I usually have Mondays off, but I got called in. We were super busy too.
At Leo's.
Yeah.
Monday morning Leo's. That's crazy. You would think Mondays and it'd be the weekends more.
You would think, or the weekends were busy, but I think because of the weather, everyone wanted to get their breakfast in. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking Monday. It's
that's what I mean.
Who goes to breakfast restaurants on a Monday morning? Don't you gotta go to work, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
Literally. Shit. So you were asking me before this what I did today. Yeah. So I cleaned. I did my dishes. My sink's broken.
Oh,
yeah.
What's the problem with that?
So I had to take my dishes upstairs to clean them in my parents' sink. One of the hose on there, on the nozzle thing, you can see it over there. It squirts everywhere, right where the head of the thing connects to the hose.
Oh yeah.
So I went to go do my dishes, and the shit just started spraying at my fucking face. I just went to go turn it on, and it started spraying at me.
That's a tough hit.
Yeah, and it was leaking in the back, so there was a huge ass puddle. I had to clean it all up. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was that's why all that shit's there. It's a pain in the ass. So stepdad's trying to fix all that shit. I went on a walk today. Mm-hmm. Obviously, every day I go on walks, more than one usually. Dude. Every time I walk, and it doesn't matter what time of day it is, but it's usually in weather like this where it's kind of muggy and humid out.
Yeah.
I'll just be walking and I listen to podcasts and stuff, and I'll walk and then I'll just see a fucking fly will just start flying right in front of my face. And it's just this little dot, and I just see it and I'm just get the fuck out of my face. And it's every time. I went this morning, and then right before I went and got you.
Yeah.
I went on a walk, and the same shit. I'm just walking, and then all of a sudden, this little
isn't
black
the same place?
No, it's just during the walk. It happens a couple of times throughout the whole 45 minutes that I'm walking. Speaking of 45 minutes walks, oh wait, let's address this. I got a haircut, guys. I told you guys in episode 1 that I was getting a haircut. This is what it looks like. Show you guys how handsome I am. But yeah, it's short now. I kind of like it. My girlfriend likes it, so that's all that really matters. But I think I'm still handsome. Long hair or short hair, it doesn't really matter. But I do like the braids and dyeing it. Pretty soon, like I said, I'm going to put some fucking flames in my head or some shit.
Yeah, some tiger.
I'll do something crazy. I plan on keeping it short for a while, so I'll probably experiment and do a couple of different things.
Oh, yeah. Try different things, yeah.
But yeah, speaking of 45-minute walks, I failed my phase 1 part of 75 hard. Yeah, this is the part where I act you act like I didn't already tell you this.
Yeah, but
I see a fly over there on the counter.
Damn, they follow you everywhere, bro.
Oh, it's because I leave the door open sometimes. All right, guys, our apologies. I thought I prepared so well for this podcast. I was like, oh yeah, charge all the batteries and everything. And then, we just mid-sentence, it just says, goodbye, see you. That's what it says on the screen here. The batteries just died. But what I was saying is, I failed my phase 1 of 75 hard or the Live Hard program. So If you don't know what that is, like, we'll have an episode talk about it, break it down. But there's 75 hard, which is like a 75-day program. And then after you finish that, you go into phase 1. And phase 1 is like 75 hard, but it's for 30 days, but it also adds like 3 or 4 more things you have to do. And then you go into phase 2, which is just 75 hard for 30 days. But you have to wait a month in between phase 1 and phase 2. And that's what I'm currently on. I was on phase 2. I got a week into it, and then yesterday I had a really bad low. So I've been dealing with like a lot of like, so I struggle with like bipolar disorder and stuff like that. And I've always like back when I was younger, like we can talk about mental illness and shit like that in another episode. I don't want to get too in depth about it, but I do want to be open with you guys. But like ever since I got back from Utah, I've been like experiencing like mood swings like I normally do, and I just deal with them like they're fine. But they've progressively gotten worse, and also they're like more frequent than they usually are. Like they just like were happening like every like couple of days, and my past with being obese and stuff like that, I used to turn to food. Being obese and whatnot, like food gave me comfort. So like when I'd experience like depression or like symptoms of that sort of stuff, and my bipolar shit, like I would just eat, and that's kind of why I got obese in the first place. But once I lost weight, I never experienced. I stopped. My mental illness was almost like it was cured. Excuse me, but. Yeah, I was experiencing like severe like mood swings, and yesterday I hit like a really low. I turned to food, so off my diet type of thing. So I was like, I wasn't gonna let it phase me. Like it happened, whatever. Restart back on day 1 today. Doing fine today. I actually fasted today. I fasted because like last night I ate a shit ton of food. I was like, all right, well I failed, so I'm just gonna eat a little bit more than I normally would anyways, which is probably a bad thing. But I didn't want today to be like, oh, I'm gonna eat again and like fuck up again or whatever. So I was just like, I'm just gonna fast for a little bit because I wasn't hungry. I woke up, I wasn't hungry. I haven't been hungry all day. Just before I got you, like I said, I broke my fast with just 2 chicken breasts, and I also had a scoop of my Restart protein from FNX. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping up. We're actually sipping on some Go Harder teas, just like in episode 1. They always do like a tea of the week, and this one is cherry limeade. It's pretty delicious. But yeah, I did 2 scoops of, or 1.5 scoops of the Restart, which is like their morning blend, which has a little bit of caffeine in it, but it has also like nootropics and shit, like we talked about in the last episode.
Yep.
So cognitive function is superior right now, especially with this tea and the nootropics from the Restart. But if you guys want some protein or good supplements and stuff, go check out FNX. You can find them in the show notes or in the description below at fnxfit.com. Really good supplements over there. But today, I wanted to talk to you about. Today we both didn't work out, basically. Yes. So today's our rest days. Yeah. Rest days fucking suck.
They do. I hate them, bro. I hate them too. They're like, it drives me crazy. I feel like I'm just like
useless. You just feel like a lazy piece of shit.
Exactly.
And I feel like a lot of like people that are like ex-athletes and stuff like, or in the fitness realm and work into working out and exercise and whatnot, probably deal with the same shit. I actually talked to someone recently who was literally like, I feel like if I don't work out 7 days a week, I'm going to gain fat. And like, I feel like if I don't work out for 2 hours, I'm going to get fat that day. I'm like, it's like a funny thing, but people really think this. And it's like, I can relate to it like greatly because I've thought the same shit. It's like, oh, if I don't work out today, then I'm probably going to get fat. But you're like, your body, like literally you need to allow it to recover on certain days. Like you tear your body apart like those 6 days of the week with like 2 hour long workouts. And then like, why would you do that again? Like you're just in a constant cycle of breaking down the muscle. You're never giving it a chance to fucking heal. Yeah. And that's why rest days are like really important. But
they're hard to get through. Yeah, man. They really are.
Suck. Like on my rest days, I try to. I was gonna ask you this because I do like a lot of active recovery shit. Like before I went and got you, I did some band work, got a little pump like with the bands. Yeah. I went for a walk. Obviously, I went for 2 walks today just because I always walk anyways. Yeah. But that's a good way to like get the blood flowing and get your heart pumping and stuff like that. What do you do on your rest days normally? On my rest days,
I usually do a 25-minute yoga session with my sister.
Yoga, stretching, like okay, yeah. Like what's the yoga like? I've never like done yoga.
So we do certain type of stretches and stuff that I do it for help with my running and stuff. But it's only like a 25-minute long one, so it's not that long. Okay. But it's just like you're in a room of silence, and you're just like it's kind of like a meditation. It's like meditation yoga too. And it's a really good thing to get into, honestly, because it's good for your like just
it's obviously
doing
like
it before like your day.
Yeah. I definitely should like get into some of that, but like I said, like I did some band work and I was like stretching and stuff like that, and I count that as like some exercise because I was breaking a sweat like a little bit.
No, yeah, definitely,
which is a good thing. Like you want to like get your blood flowing and stuff. You don't want to just be like, oh, it's a rest day, so I'm gonna eat like shit, and I'm also gonna be sedentary and not fucking move. Yeah, because then you'll gain fat.
Yeah, then you're gaining weight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was just curious what you did on your rest days because it's like hard for me. Like I'm like,
do you always do what else do you do on your rest days other than just bands?
I try to get the same amount of steps
so you do your,
like as a normal day. Like and recently been trying to eat a little bit less, like less carbs, because you don't need as much fuel if you're not training, obviously. So it's sense, like it's either keep it the same. Obviously don't eat more on your rest days because like that's fucking stupid. But eating a little bit less won't hurt you, and just eating the same amount you usually do on your training days, but lowering the carbs and upping the fats or something like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I watched Suicide Squad the other day, the new one.
Oh, you did? Don't spoil it. Is it good?
I'm not gonna spoil it, but I thought it was very shitty.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, you see the first one?
Yeah.
First one was really good.
Yeah,
like Will Smith did really good and stuff like that. Yeah. Dude, the second one, I was like, after I was so hyped to watch it. Like me and my girlfriend were like, oh yeah, we're gonna come over, like we're gonna get ice cream, like we're gonna do all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Halo Top ice cream, of course. But dude, that shit fucks your stomach up. Like I got 2 pints of them, and like all those sugar alcohols, like in the stomach. Just dude, I woke up the next morning and it was like, I had some pretty bad diarrhea.
Yeah.
Speaking of diarrhea, dude, you know what the fucking worst thing is?
What?
Shitting before you have to go to the gym. Like, you're drinking your pre-workout, you're getting hyped up, ready to go to the gym, and then you're like, oh, I have to take a shit.
Dude.
You ever experienced that before, like a run?
Oh,
shitting before a run?
Oh, dude, or when you're running and you have to do a certain amount of miles, like if I'm doing 10 miles, and on my, like, 6th mile, I have to take a shit. I'm on the canal, and I'm just, like, thinking to myself, I have to, like, try to, like, I can't, it's just, I can't do it. You know, like, I gotta stop, you know what I mean? But I can't.
Yeah, so what the fuck do you do in those scenarios?
I just gotta toughen it out, man.
Like just hold
run.
it?
I try.
Just run it off.
Like, I'm just like...
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, but that's the worst, dude. Because like,
it is,
then
man.
Like your like ass crack. Like I get a lot of ass sweat. Like my ass is sweaty, bro. Like my ass and my backside sweat more than like my front side. Like I don't sweat. Like I'm not dripping out of my face or anything like that. It's just my back will get like a big back stain on my shirt.
Yeah.
And my underwear is just wet because my ass is so sweaty. But that's like the worst because like. There's like times where it's like times you don't wipe very good or something like that, and then it's like smelly down there, and it's disgusting.
That's why you take your showers.
Yeah, guys, take your showers. And for all the females listening to this, if you are, we apologize if you have to hear this about us. But yeah, I shower often. Like I try to shower at least once a day, obviously. But like. Sometimes, like, I'll come home from the gym and I'm just tired and I'm like, I don't want to shower right now.
Really?
So then I'll just sit and sulk in the fucking disgustingness. See, I can't do that.
I have to take a shower. I gotta take a cold
I'll, like, come home. Shower. Yeah, that's what I usually do. But I'll come home sometimes and I'm just, like, dead as fuck from my workouts. And I'll just, like, watch YouTube. I'll make food. I'll watch YouTube for a while, and then like I'll just go about my day without showering. And then and then just randomly like later in the day I'm like,
and you're like, oh, is that me?
Yeah, I'm like, is that me? But then I'll shower or whatever. I still shower, but sometimes I just like fucking bask in the fucking sweat for a while.
Exactly. Yeah.
I came across a YouTube ad the other day. You ever catch yourself like watching like an ad will pop up on YouTube and you're like, it's kind of interesting.
I feel like they've added more ads on YouTube.
Definitely more ads, but I feel like the quality of ads are so much better now. And dude, they just catch you sometimes.
They do,
you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then you watch it. But I watched this ad for this thing called the Tundra Breeze. It's like an AC unit, right? It's like a portable AC. It's like this big, but I guess it's like demolishing the air conditioning world right now because like. This is what the ad was saying. So don't take my word for it, guys.
Don't believe everything you see on social media.
Yeah, exactly. But it was like, I guess it was developed by like this 15-year-old kid or something like that.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Here, I'll pull it up right here. This is what it looks like. You guys won't be able to see this, but I'll show you guys anyways and act like you can see it. Focus. But it's like this little tiny thing. It's like this big. You plug it into the wall and you fill it up with water. And like there's some sort of mechanism in it that like cools the water and makes it blow out air and stuff like that. So it uses way less electricity than like a normal thing. Yeah. So the cost is super low for it. Damn, whatever. You just buy them. I think it's like $80, and like as long as you have water, like you're fine. Yeah.
So
let's
looks
see
like
here.
A small toaster.
Yeah, literally. It's about the size of a toaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Tundra Breeze is a device. This is what it says here. Tundra Breeze is a device that cools down room temperature from rising heat levels. The device lowers the temperatures in a few minutes. It uses vortex transpiration technology, which is faster than the traditional technology used in conventional ACs. The device is available in several colors, white being the most common. It consumes less electricity, hence does not add to the monthly electricity consumption. It is portable, making it convenient to use in any of the rooms in the house. Its portability makes it easy to store when not in use. All right, here it says, how does the Tundra Breeze work? The Tundra Breeze works as an air filter, air conditioning, and humidifier at the same time. It has a water tank on its side and a water shield on the inside. As warm air enters the gadget, it is blocked by a special filter. The fan inside the device rotates and blows cool air into the room, hence lowering the room's temperature. The device also has a water tank and curtain that humidifies the air. It moisturizes the air using vortex transpiration technology. Once the warm air is in contact with the water, it evaporates the air and turns it into vapor. The vapor mixes with the air and is blown out into the room using the fan. The humidification process makes it suitable for people with respiratory problems and does not cause the skin to dry. So it's like,
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's actually amazing.
Yeah. So I don't know how the science behind it really works and stuff like that. But yeah, it seems like it's a fucking crazy invention. And like that's why I watched the whole ad. I was like, huh, because it starts off. It talks about like, oh, do you hate like paying your electricity bill and stuff like that? And I was just like, what the fuck is this? So I was just like concerned, like confused. And then it was like a 15-year-old kid invented like crazy technology and it's destroying the air conditioning realm. So I was like, huh. So then I watched it and I was like, yeah, I was kind of blown away by it, but I don't know how like true it is. And like, it said, oh, you can only buy it off of their website. And then I like went on the website and the website page like doesn't load.
Oh, like, so yeah, it could be one of those like little scams kind of things.
Yeah, like something like that. Yeah, see, like it. Welcome to tundrabreeze.com. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah, so
I don't know what the fuck.
Like, I could see if it said, like, you know, it sells at, like, Walmart or your local pharmacy or something
but I don't
like
know what the fuck it was.
But,
like, but if it is true, that's fucking crazy.
Amazing,
and
dude,
the fact that a 15-year-old kid found out how to, like, figure that shit out.
Damn.
Yeah. Back to the movie topic, though. Yeah, Suicide Squad, I didn't really enjoy it. No. Kind of shitty. It was just boring. There was no, like, character development. Really? Like, you know how, like, it's all new characters?
Yeah.
You don't really get connected to any of them because it doesn't explain it. Yeah. So he's actually his character is actually like getting what's it called?
His own movie?
His own show on HBO, like an HBO series or something like that. Yeah. His character is pretty funny. Bloodsport, the dude Idris Elba, the black dude, what he plays, his character's badass. But like I don't know, overall the story is like kind of fucking stupid.
Now,
like,
are they a part of Marvel or DC?
DC. They're DC universe. Yeah.
Okay.
So it actually, I saw a headline. That the Suicide Squad movie that just came out was the second lowest box office premiere for a DC movie.
No shit.
Yeah, so like they made like no money. Like so, I think they made like a fourth of what they were expecting to make or something like that. And it probably has to do with its release on HBO and in the movie theaters. So
also, why wasn't Will Smith on in it? Do you know?
I actually don't. But like. It's a whole different like story kind of thing. So, it has nothing to do with him. It's I don't know.
Yeah, Queen's in it, right? Though.
Yeah, she's
badass. Yeah.
Yeah, she is cool. Like her character's funny as fuck, obviously, but she's hot. So that's always good. Let's see here. I thought I had something else to talk about. Oh, maybe I didn't. What are we talking about today, Cube? So that'll wrap up our little intro portion. But today. We wanted to talk about diets and fad diets and nutrition and shit like that. So first of all, what's your diet like right now?
So right now, I'm on like right now. I'm not really on a certain diet. I just track my on how many calories I should eat, on my protein, my carbs and stuff, and I try to stay on that goal. I try to not go higher and stuff.
So are you tracking your macros more, or are you tracking?
Yeah, my macros. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does that look like for you right now? Like how much protein you're eating?
Let me pull it up quick.
I'm just curious what you're, because everyone obviously like your style of training and shit like that is way different. So you probably like, obviously you're gonna eat different, and we're like different sizes, different muscles, and all that shit.
Yeah. So right now for proteins, I should have my goal is 164.
And how much you weigh?
162.
Yeah, that's around. So that's good. How many carbs?
Carbs 409.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's good. But that's also because you're running. So you're running a shit ton.
I have to. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was tracking my macros, I was around 400 grams.
Yeah. But that MyFitnessPal is probably one of the best tools to use.
Yeah, if you guys ever want to track your calories and shit, MyFitnessPal is a great app. It's free.
It definitely helps like with what kind of goal your goals for your diet and stuff, and how much protein.
Yeah, but I wouldn't believe. I would never suggest someone to listen to what the fucking app says to you.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so it doesn't know your body composition, how much muscle you have, or anything like that. So everyone's going to be different. You can't really just determine how much someone's going to eat based on their activity level. Mm-hmm. You got to
that part, yeah. No,
you got to keep in mind different people have different metabolisms and shit like that. So it's you really have to just experiment and figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
But speaking of calories, what is a calorie? You know what a calorie is?
No, I don't want to make a guess.
Obviously you know what it is, but the exact definition. But a calorie, all it is a unit of measure, to measure energy. So basically, people ask do calories matter? Yeah, they fucking matter.
Of course
obviously.
They do. Yeah.
Your body burns calories whether you think it is or not. You don't just burn calories through exercise. There's a bunch of different things. It's called it's just your normal daily energy expenditure. So obviously you can burn calories through working out, and you can burn calories sleeping too at the same time. It's people are no, but yeah, you're burning calories constantly. If I just fucking sit here and move my damn finger like this, I'm burning calories. Mm-hmm. But that's how I structure my diet, and how I have in the past, and how I lost weight technically is being in a caloric deficit, and that's the only way to lose weight, guys, by the way. You have to be in a caloric deficit. But people struggle to find they always I get this question a lot, is how many calories do I eat? And everyone's different. I was saying, you have to a good resource is to use a TDEE calculator, total daily energy expenditure calculator. You can find one at tdee.com, I believe, or tdeecalculator.com. In that it asks you your weight, your height, your age, all that shit. Mm-hmm. And it kind of gives you a rough estimate of what a person an average person your size and weight and stuff like that should be eating. And that's a good tool to use. But if you're working out fucking a shit ton,
now is that accurate? That's just kind of reminds me of MyFitnessPal.
It's pretty accurate. Okay. It's more accurate than MyFitnessPal.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I was yeah. Okay.
MyFitnessPal's calculator is kind of weird. But so generally it'll tell you, and you put in how active you are and shit like that, and it'll tell you how many calories you should eat or whatever. And I've done this in the past, and there's a timer. It's pretty accurate in my opinion.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so it told me I was supposed to eat 3,300 or whatever for maintenance, but when I started eating 3,300, I would gain weight. So I just knocked it down 200, 3,100 calories. Mm-hmm. I maintained my weight, so it was 200 calories off for me. So that's pretty fucking accurate. It's pretty fucking accurate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reset this camera real quick because the timer and shit. But we'll get into more of diet and nutrition in a second. And we're back. Back to calories. Actually, if you guys want to figure out so use the tdecalculator.com. You'll be able to get a rough estimate of how many calories you should be eating. And don't say you're fucking doing 6 to 7 days of heavy exercise if you're just going to the gym 7 days a week, because that's not true. You should always use either the light exercise or moderate exercise. That's what I usually do, and I train every single day, twice a day. Don't and it's pretty accurate if I just use moderate exercise. But aside from that, another question I always get is where do I start? Where would you recommend someone start to diet? Considering there's so many diets,
because there's so many diets, and that's the thing. What's crazy is because just because with the diet that you tried doesn't mean it would work for someone else. Because all of our bodies are different. But
so how I see it is every single diet works, regardless of the person.
Regardless of the person.
Yeah, with extreme compliance.
So
any diet is going to work.
Dedication, pretty much.
Any diet will work.
Discipline.
If you do it right, and you're in a negative calorie balance, you're going to do it, it'll work. So all these fad diets, ketogenic style diet, carnivore diet, all this shit, all they are tools to be in a deficit. Yeah. Think of a calorie deficit as the toolbox, and every single fad diet, fasting and keto and all that shit, are all just tools in that toolbox. They're just ways to get into a caloric deficit. Now, I did keto for a while, almost a year, probably I did keto for like 8 months. And then the rest of that year I was carnivore because I hit a plateau, not realizing, and this is before I knew like, oh, calories matter type shit. Yeah. So I was just like, oh, if I just don't eat carbs, then like I'm gonna lose weight. So I'm like, oh, I hit a plateau in keto because I'm having 30 grams of carbs a day, so I might as well just go carnivore and have 0 grams of carbs a day, and then I'll lose weight again. It's like, no, that's not how it worked. I actually gained weight when I went to carnivore, not realizing that calories fucking matter. So I was just overeating. Like I was just overeating calories. And they were just coming from meats and stuff like that. Yeah. Now, that's like, it's literally like, I don't get like why people think a calorie balance doesn't matter. It's like, it's so simple. Like, you have calories in, calories out, all right? And put it this way. You have a certain amount of calories you burn whether you exercise or not. Then if you add exercise on top of that, you're going to burn more calories. So, if you say the average person burns 2,000 calories at rest. If you eat 2,000 calories, you're going to maintain the weight that you're at. Yeah. Add exercise to that, burning 300 calories to like an hour of walking. Then you're going to start losing weight. You know what I mean? So that's how like calories in, calories out works. Like if you're in a negative balance, meaning you burn more than you're eating, then that's how you lose weight. That's literally the only way you can lose weight. The lies of thermodynamics do not lie. Like literally, it's so simple. And doing this ketogenic style diet at the start of my journey was simply because I had no fucking idea what to do, and like that was the first thing that came to me, and I thought, oh, this seems pretty like legit. Like I'll just try it, and obviously it worked. I lost like 60 pounds, or like 50, just doing a ketogenic style diet. But that was because I was consuming a shit ton of fat and a shit ton of protein. It was filling me up. Therefore, I was eating less because I was less hungry. I was just full, so like I was eating less calories, whether I knew that or not. But that's really what happened and stuff like that. So in the past, have you tried any of these fad diets or anything like that?
I did try plant-based, and I tried vegan for
plant-based. Oh my god, dude, I could never.
Plant-based is not that bad, dude. I had the meals of the TB12 ones because Tom Brady has his own plant-based.
Did you get those meals and stuff?
Yeah.
How long did you do it?
I did it for almost 2 months. It was almost 2 months. Yeah.
How'd you feel on it?
I actually liked it. I felt good. I mean, they were full. They do a breakfast, a lunch, and dinner, and then they did a couple snacks and stuff too, like they're like nuts and stuff, certain things and stuff. Yeah, it wasn't bad, but like
not sustainable for you.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. Yeah,
and that's another thing. Like the best diet is going to be the one that you can stick to for the rest of your life, because weight loss and health and fitness and being healthy and fit is it's not like I'm going to do this for 30 days and then go back to my shitty habits and shitty diet and expect to keep the weight off. It's a whole thing. Like you got to do it your whole life for it.
You know what you got to have too? You got to have good discipline, because
that's where it really comes down to.
It really is. I mean, because if you don't, if you say like, if you eat good 1 week and then it's like the next week you're like, oh, I can cheat. Yeah. And then you'd keep cheating because that's like,
You're like, oh, well, I lost weight, so like I'm going to reward myself with shitty food. It's like, that's kind of like a paradox in itself.
You're going backwards instead of going forward.
Yeah, I never, so when I did my ketogenic style diet at the start of my weight loss journey, I didn't have a cheat meal until 6 months in. And like that, I was extremely disciplined, like really disciplined, because I was like, the first week I lost like 11 pounds.
So you were so dedicated.
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah.
I see results.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, and I was like, why would I want to interfere with the cheat meal?
Stop?
Yeah, that would knock me out of ketosis, and then like it would probably like open the floodgates for more carbs, because obviously if I was cheating, I was gonna have like a burger or like something like that, like have some carbs, and that would have just been like, my body would have been like, oh, we need more of that, and then it would have just started that cycle of just like wanting to cheat all the time.
And that just shows that like anyone that was in your boat when you were in that time, anyone can do it, because you did it. So it's just,
dude, if I can lose 80 pounds, bro, like
anybody.
If anyone knew me like back in high school and stuff like that, if you knew me like and you're watching this and you like know like what I used to do, like I used to pound food. I would pound food, dude. I was a fucking D lineman. I was about to go to fucking play football. I was a D lineman. I was pounding food and I was slamming beers at high school parties and shit like that, and like it just. Dude, I like had to like honestly, I wish I went back to see like how many calories I would eat like on an like weekly average.
That'd be actually
compared to now. Dude, I probably like I probably like had like 5,000 calories a day, bro. Like literally, like so bad. Yeah, and like now I'm like eating like 2,500, like a normal fucking person. Like I used to like, oh my god, it's ridiculous.
But you just don't think when you're that young.
Yeah, I know. Have you ever like looked into the keto style shit like that?
No.
You ever like do any like research on it or anything?
I was doing some research on the carnivore diet yesterday.
Carnivore.
Yeah.
Oh, from plant-based to carnivore.
Yeah, dude,
Anthony Cubes, everyone. What were you like looking into carnivore for?
Oh, I was listening to a podcast about it, and there was a dude that how he was doing.
Who was it?
It was Joe Rogan's.
Oh, is it Sean Baker?
Yeah. He was cool. Yeah, dude.
He's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, I follow him on Instagram and he just like roasts fucking vegan dieters and shit. It's so funny. Yeah, but carnivore diet is very interesting. I did it actually.
How long did you do it for?
Like 3 months. Somewhere. I did it all 75 hard.
Oh no shit!
So
really?
75 days ish.
Oh, so yeah.
And then I had a cheat day. Like I had Chinese food or something like that on New Year's. 8 steps left this hour. I already hit my 10,000 steps a day.
Hey.
But yeah, I did the carnivore. Dude, like, did you hear like Joe Rogan talk about his experience? Dude, he was not fucking lying, bro. The shits that first 2 weeks, bro, was just like
the worst.
Rough, dude.
Oh.
Liquid. You're just pissing out your ass, bro. You're just pissing out your ass. If you ever try carnivore, you'll fucking know what the fuck I'm talking about. Try it. I dare you. You want to flush out the system like a real like human being? Go fuck the laxatives and shit. Just go carnivore for like 2 weeks. You just be shitting liquid. But yeah, that was a thing, definitely.
Yeah.
But then after that first like 2 weeks or whatever, it was just rock hard. It was just like rock shits. And it was only like once or twice a week.
Damn.
Yeah,
it was like you were doing a lot, and then you were doing.
Well, it's because you're carnivore. I'm eating, so I was still like pretty heavy. I was like around like what I'm at now. Like I was actually like probably like 220, 215, somewhere around there. And I'm like 207 or something like that now. And I look a lot better. Like this 207 compared to that one it's completely different. But yeah, so it was just like once or twice a week, like, and it was great because like you're eating. So the whole thing with the liquid shits, like the first like 2 weeks, is because you're having like no fiber. So like you can't have shit to bind it. But then over time it just develops. You're eating like 400 like grams of protein. So like your shit is just fucking. It's just rock meat.
Yeah.
Like all it is the protein that your body can't take. So it just fucking just binds
like
up.
Too much protein.
Yeah, it's just like a rock, bro.
Damn.
But carnivore was dope, dude. I was working at the time, so I was prep cooking. Prep cooking on carnivore is mad easy. You just cook a shit ton of meat, dude. Just bring it to work. Like, I was eating like a pound of chicken thighs for lunch, and then I would eat like, I'd come home and eat like 2 ribeyes for like dinner, bro, with some eggs or something. Like, dude, I was just pounding food.
Now you can't have vegetables, right?
You can't.
You
like,
can't?
It's only animal products, so you can have like dairy and shit like that, like yogurt, milk, all that shit, eggs, poultry, It was good. I'm gonna do it every month. You should do it with me.
Actually, I was gonna say,
Do it in January with me.
Yeah.
Join us, guys, for carnivore.
Dude,
It's January's World Carnivore Month.
Oh shit! Oh, that's
so a lot of people will like go carnivore for just the month of January, and it's good. Like it flushes the system out, bro. It's a good reboot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be doing that.
No, did you ever try vegan?
No.
Dude, I did vegan for a week and I could not do it. That's the last I.
What's the difference between vegan and plant-based?
It's more like. Oh, dude, the food's just. Ugh.
What'd you have? Did you have like some vegan beef patties?
I had a vegan like.
I can't believe it's not beef.
Breast thing or some of that, and the aftertaste, like the vegan aftertaste, is disgusting, man. Like it's in your. You can still taste it. Like
guys, you guys don't need to go vegan,
dude.
And you don't need to go carnivore. But like. Oh my god, it's crazy. I don't know. People just like think like these diets are like a religion. It's like this is the only way to lose weight if you go vegan. It's like people need to be vegan. We used to be vegan in prehistoric times. It's like no, we used to be carnivore. We killed fucking animals once a week and ate. And that leads to the whole like intermittent fasting debate. You ever fasted? Like experimented with fasting or anything like that? I never
experimented.
So I did back before I even lost weight. I used to fast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't know why. I don't remember why. I did. So I remember like researching it and stuff like that, and it was like it just had something to do with like muscle building or something like that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
It had something to do with like if like you train fasted, burn more fat type of shit. So this is before I like got into nutrition and dieting and realizing, that's what makes you lose weight is your fucking diet. Because this is when I was like training like 7 times a week.
So you were thinking, at the time, like just go to the gym, I'll be fine.
I'll just go to the gym with an empty stomach and I'll lose weight. It's like I can still eat the pizza. It doesn't, guys. It doesn't work like that. You can't out train a bad diet. But Yeah, I was doing fasting for like some, like try to burn more fat or some shit, like some stupid shit. And I would train fasted, like heavy train, because this is when I was preparing to go to college for preseason camp for football. And I would just train like super heavy on fucking like days, like with an empty stomach and stuff. And it was just like fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But then when I went keto, a big thing in the ketogenic world is fasting. Like that's a big thing because, dude, I would eat like, and I wouldn't be hungry the next day. Like, like that was a big thing. It's like, you're just not hungry until like fucking later in the day when you actually like, and I would train fasted and stuff like that when I was doing the keto diet. And it was like completely different compared to like when I was just eating like shit and doing fasted training. So like the quality and food selection matters a lot too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like just because when I was keto, I was eating whole foods and stuff like that. So like obviously I'm just gonna feel better and have better training sessions regardless of if I'm fasted or on a full stomach or whatever the fuck it is. So when I was eating like shit and I was fasting, like it was a shitty workout because I was eating like shit. I wasn't fueling my body properly. But yeah, fasting, it has its benefits. Like I said, I fasted today. And that was due to last night. I ate a lot of food. And I was like, I woke up and I was like, I'm just gonna fast for a little while. Like, I'm not hungry. Like, I didn't wake up fucking hungry. I wasn't like punishing myself.
Stop, like, if you were starving, you got it. Like,
it was nothing. It had nothing to do with that. And that's something that people get misconstrued a lot. Is they're like, oh, I just skip breakfast. If you're like, that's not the point of fasting. The point of fasting is, it's like people use fasting as like a calorie restriction type of thing. It's like, oh, well, if I just skip a meal, then I'll lose weight. It's like, yeah, but that's like a bad relationship with food. Like, you don't want to have that relationship where it's like, oh, yeah, I know how to lose weight. You just don't eat breakfast. It's like, no. You should still be like eating. You could still eat breakfast and lunch and dinner and have a snack or two or whatever and lose weight if you're in deficit. It's like, you don't want to use intermittent fasting as a way to like restrict your calories. A way I use intermittent fasting now is like, how do I want to put this? It has more to do with like hunger. It's like if I wake up and I'm hungry, I'm gonna have breakfast. If I wake up and I'm not hungry, I can wait until I'm hungry. But also like if I fast for like 16 hours, say I eat at 8 p.m. and I don't eat until the next day at like noon. It's like that I'm gonna eat till noon from 8, so I have like an 8-hour eating window. But I eat the same amount of calories I would if I just ate breakfast. Like, it's like eating the same thing, but like packing all those calories into a window makes you way more full because you're condensing the amount of time you're eating the food. Like, say I fasted for like 20 hours and had a 4-hour window to eat 3,000 calories, bro, you're gonna be stuffed. And that's that's how like it benefits me sometimes if like I'm like trying to be like really strict and like, because a lot of the times I find if I eat a breakfast that's like pretty like carb loaded and stuff like that, it makes me more hungry. So like if I just push that breakfast back 6 hours, I'll be hungry, but then I get to pound food. Like, it's kind of sick. Like, if you think about it, like you're like, oh, if I just don't eat all day, I can then pound 3,000 calories worth of food in the span of like 4 hours, and then I can go to bed on a full stomach and feel good. And then you wake up the next day and you're not hungry because you just ate like 8 hours ago. It's like, you're just not as hungry because you just pounded food for like a while.
What's the longest time you ever fasted for?
36 hours.
Now, is that probably on a holiday?
No, so I was trying to go for a 48-hour fast. I think I was like trying to do a YouTube video maybe.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, I was gonna do a 48-hour fast, but I got too hungry. I was like, fucking out to break a fast. Dude, there was a point in time, so I did a lot of fasting, like back in the keto and carnivore and stuff like that. And I still like incorporate fasting every now and then, just for the like, it gives me, I don't know, it's like, it's good to like wake up and not focus on food. And just be like, I'll just eat whenever. And it's like, that's what I did today. I broke my fast, but I broke my fast with protein, just protein, and I'm about to...
so that's...
so I was like, I don't know. And that can be a problem, too, is fasting, like, leading to, like, micronutrient deficiencies and stuff like that. Like, oh, if you fast and, like today, I'm only going to have, like, one meal type of thing. But, like, the amount of calories I put down yesterday, it's still going to be, like, the same, like, weekly amount. Because I ate a lot of food yesterday. Like, I don't really want to talk about it because like, it just makes me think and gets in my head about it.
Some
but
people
like,
probably fast and they don't even realize they're fasting because like...
Yeah, that's my girlfriend. My girlfriend won't eat in the morning. She takes her meds, so like she doesn't get like her meds like fuck with her appetite. So she just won't eat until like later. Like she probably didn't eat anything all day. Like sometimes she'll have like some goldfish or like some crackers or something, and then she'll eat dinner and she'll just have like a big dinner and then be stuffed. But like she's lost weight, like unintentionally, but like she looks good and she feels good. So it's like that's all that really matters. Like as long as she's not like starving herself, you know. But yeah, it's fasting can be super beneficial, and like I said, it's just another tool to get into a deficit. But you don't want to use it to restrict your calories. Like you don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to skip breakfast, and therefore you're in a 1,000 calorie deficit because you normally have 1,000 calorie breakfast. It's like, it's more of like, all right, find what a deficit is for you. Like say like maintenance is 3,000 calories. Your deficit would be like 2,500 calories. Eat that 2,500 calories in a certain window rather than like just taking that food out and not eating it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's much better like that. In looking at it that way instead of like, oh, well, I'm just gonna not eat a meal. I'm just gonna skip a meal and that's how I'll lose weight. Because that's bad. You want to eat your food, guys. Fucking eat. Fucking eat. Food's good, guys. But yeah, so you said you haven't tried fasting, right?
No.
And you asked me how long my fast was. That 36 hours one? Yeah. That sucked, bro.
I bet, dude.
24 hours is fine. I could do that. Like, I was thinking about doing that today. I was like, but then, like, I got hungry. So I was like, I'll just have, like, I had, like, 2 chicken breasts, and I had a scoop and a half of the protein. That fly is still over there. I keep seeing it. See it walking next to my cup?
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna fucking smack that motherfucker. But, yeah, so I had that. I broke, and that's something I did, like, for a while. But like fasting and stuff. I used to break my fast. I used to watch this dude on YouTube named Thomas DeLauer. He's like a big like intermittent fasting keto guy, and that's how I got like most of my information on keto and stuff like that. And that's why it was like my religion for that time when I was losing weight. Yeah, I was like, carbs are bad.
Yeah, carbs are bad.
And now I'm out here eating oatmeal like 3 times a day, and I'm like, oh, it's so good.
You know who does a lot of fasting, and he's a fighter, is George St. Pierre.
Yeah, he does
about
a lot.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. But this dude Thomas DeLauer like had this thing where it was like, and it does make sense. Like it's completely like, I don't know the science behind it, but like what you break your fast with is gonna, cause like when you fast for like a while, your microbiome and your digestive system is like super sensitive. So whatever you put in there first is gonna like determine like whether or not like the rest of your day you're gonna have like sufficient, like your hunger hormones are gonna be fine and shit like that. So he like talked about breaking your fast with like just protein. So I used to break my fast with literally a chicken breast.
Oh yeah,
and then I would eat like a real meal like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
Just so that first thing that was in my system was protein, like a source of protein.
Yeah, it wasn't like shit. So
it wasn't like break my fast with some shitty food. But it used to, I don't know. But when I was keto, I wasn't breaking my fast with shitty food anyways.
Oh, that's good.
I was eating eggs and bacon and shit like that for like breakfast. I was still eating whole foods, and that's what like matters most is eating like whole foods, like your veggies, your fruits, your meats, your whole grains, not fucking cereal like the Honey Smacks up on top of my fridge. My brother told me to get those because, like, we were talking about it in the hospital when he had his 3rd kid. Actually, did you see this picture on my Snapchat story?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's my godson. His name's Jacob Trevor Violet. Hey. It's pretty cool. It's Jacob Jr. My brother's name's Jacob, so we're gonna start calling him Junior. But when he grows up, I'm gonna call him JT because that's pretty sick.
That is actually
JT is a cool nickname. But my brother, we were talking about it in the hospital. We were talking about like candy because his diet's like terrible. Like he has a whole duffel bag full of snacks, and like I like went to the hospital and I was like, bro, what? And then, like, he went and got, like, Taco Bell for lunch and shit like that. It's just fucking terrible.
We are back.
Yeah, we're back. We ran into a shit ton of fucking technical difficulties. We ran into some technical difficulties, then came back and started again, and then fucking the batteries died and this shit. So, but we're back. I gotta fix my... Sorry, guys. Bunching up down there, if you know what I mean. If you're a guy, you know exactly what's going on right now. All right. We were talking about my brother. His diet is terrible. That's what we were talking about. Yeah. But yeah, there's Honey Smacks up in my fridge because someone's calling me. Fuck off. That was probably low key like the doctor's office, but yeah. So dude, I'm just like all out of whack from all that shit that just happened. But yeah. So Honey Smacks, they smack, guys.
They smack.
Basically,
that's what they call Honey Smacks.
Yeah. Dude, there's a cereal that's called Sugar Pops or something. Or what is it called? They're called like sugar something. And it's like, are you serious? Like, how is that good for, like, it's like cereals are so bad for you. I myself partake in eating a lot of cereal because like, it's like my favorite and I grew up with cereal. But like last night when I was basically binging, I ate some honeycombs, bro. I had a bowl of honeycombs. It was gas. But binge eating isn't something to like joke about, but I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. And that's all you can really ask for is just trying to do your best to figure shit out.
Do the best you can. Yeah,
I'm doing the best I can. Like literally, I'm doing it. I like that. Like I said, like that might have been the doctors because I'm trying to go to the doctor to see if I can get on like some type of medication for my bipolar shit, or like start going to therapy once a week or something like that. Just want to figure shit out. You know, I'm trying to deal with my problems. And it's hard when you're a guy. Like
really
mental illness as a man,
dude,
like it's fucking hard.
People don't think it is.
They're like, stop being a pussy. I'm like,
we go through shit. We're human, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about mental illness like some other time.
Yeah.
But let's stick to the matter at hand, bro. Juice cleanses. Thoughts on them?
Fuck them.
As I burp. I wonder if they heard that one. Ooh, that was a good one. Excuse me, guys. But yeah, juice cleanses, dude. Don't fucking do them. If you ever like, my sister's done one. I remember she had like a shit ton of juices like in the fridge down here when she was down here.
Yeah.
And like, they're just terrible. You know what they are? It's literally like you're literally starving yourself. Like you're just not eating. It's like why even drink the damn juice? Just don't eat. It's like that's basically the same fucking thing. Or like, so my girlfriend's mom actually lost mad weight through a ketogenic style diet. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, she's like kind of at like a plateau or what, some sort of plateau.
Yeah.
But she's still eating very healthy foods and stuff like that. But she's just probably overeating her calories because she's not losing weight anymore. But she comes up to me the other day and she was like, "Hey, I'm doing a juice cleanse." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck." Like, I literally, I have a bad, like, I just hate juice cleanses and shit like that because, like, it's literally starving yourself. And it's going to lead to, like, disordered eating.
It's not
like
healthy for you.
Yeah, my mom's done one. My aunt's done one. They've lost weight on them and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, because you're starving yourself. It's like, I could lose 10 pounds in a week, too, if I just didn't eat anything.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fucking ridiculous. But she's, like, excited about it. And she was like, "Oh, well, I'm doing this juice cleanse." And I'm like, "Oh," like, I was like, kind of like, why? Like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just, like, eat less calories kind of thing? But, like, I don't want to overstep. Like, if she wants my help or, like, advice on anything, like, I'll definitely, like, help her out and stuff like that. But, like, she told me about this juice cleanse, and I was like, oh. And her juice cleanse is literally, like, 6 juices a day for, like, I don't know how long it is.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, I know. If it is, like...
That's crazy.
She's not going to be able to finish it, for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I don't think anyone would be able to, unless you're, like, fucking super compliant and, like, I don't know. Like, you're literally going to, like, develop some sort of fucking disorder, like, doing that, or, like, health problems and issues.
Yeah, man.
But, yeah, so I take the thing, I'm like, oh, let me see it, and it was 60 calories. She's drinking 6 60-calorie shakes, like little juices a day. That's 360 calories a day. Like, who the fuck?
You see,
that's not even a snack for me. Like, a snack for me is like 500 calories, like,
that's
minimum.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And, like, I hate it, but, like, whatever.
And you think see, people look at it and they're like, oh, it's healthy.
Yeah, I'm losing weight.
It's that much.
And it's just vegetable juice. Like, it's like, it's, like, healthy, but, like, being in that large of a deficit isn't. Like, no, it's not even a deficit at that point.
Yeah,
You're
it's
just
not
starving
safe.
yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't recommend them or recommend anyone try one. I might do one in the past if it's like a 2-day like juice cleanse and it's just going to make me like shit everything out.
Yeah.
I feel like juice cleanses and shit.
They do like...
it could be good for
cleaning out your system.
Yeah, definitely. I mean? Like that's a good thing. But like a prolonged juice cleanse that's like longer than like 2 days, 2 or 3 days, don't fucking do it.
Yeah, dude. Even doing it for a week. I don't think I could do it for a week. That's crazy.
I'll do one for like 2-3 days max. Yeah. And that's like starving myself for 2 or 3 days. Like,
especially for you.
It's got to be like a post like shitty vacation, eating a bunch of shitty food for like a weekend or something like that, and then like coming back and doing a juice cleanse just to clean out all the fucking shit food that you ate and stuff like that, and all the alcohol you drank and all that stuff. That's my only like that's the only thing I see like benefit out of juice cleanses and shit. We don't. All right, so we covered that.
Yeah.
Intuitive eating. Thoughts? Like just being intuitive. Only eating when you're hungry and sticking to healthy food. That is what intuitive eating is, guys. It's not like, oh, well, my body's telling me that I want chocolate right now. It's like, no.
It's like
That's literally like how people see it. But intuitive eating, I feel like, is a good... Like, you need a foundation before you, like, do any of this shit, I feel like. And the foundation should be tracking your food, learning what calorie expenditure is, how many calories you should eat to maintain your weight, how many you should to lose, how many you should eat to gain.
Yeah.
And that should be like the base. And figuring out what food, like what a certain amount of calorie looks like how many calories are in a chicken breast. So you can like look at a chicken breast and be like, oh, that's about this many calories. Like that should be the whole like base of your whole like nutritional like endeavors. It shouldn't be like, oh, well, I'm just going to go keto. Like, I did it the wrong way, in my opinion. I just went keto and, like, believed, oh, this is, like, how you lose weight and stuff like that, rather than, like, learning what a calorie is and learning, like, how much food I should be eating and how much I'm overeating and all that shit. Like, that should be the base. And intuitive eating would be a good follow-up. You go on a diet, you figure out how many calories you eat and stuff like that. You track your food, you eat mostly healthy foods, like the majority, like 90% whole foods for a while. You lose your weight, and intuitive eating is a shift to enjoy your life a little bit more. Like, okay, I'm going to eat mostly healthy foods, but like if my friends are going out to go eat, like, it's like, all right, well, I guess like I'll eat this because I was good all week. It's not like, oh, well, my body, like I said, like, oh, I think my body's telling me I want chocolate right now. It's like, no, that's a craving. You're not actually hungry. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I feel like intuitive eating, it has a bad stigma around it because people execute it improperly. They do it the wrong way. Yeah, they don't do it. Yeah, they go about it like the wrong way instead of, because they think it's okay, because it's like you're eating healthy, and then it's like, I kind of like have like recently been doing more of intuitive eating style. But minus the binge from yesterday. But that's like we can talk about binge eating, but like you've never had problems with it. I only have had problems with it because of the fact that like I was like depleting the fuck out of myself when I got down to like 180. Not realizing fucking 1,700 calories is not good for me. Yeah. But yeah, like literally eating food and then like thinking about food right after I finish eating, like, oh, what am I going to eat next?
Oh, yeah. It's bad. That's a bad feeling too. That's one of the worst feelings.
Yeah, and then when I went back, when I came back home and like after like going to Utah and stuff like that, I was just eating like shit because I was mad hungry because I had an influx of calories that weekend, and then I came home and my body was like expecting to eat that same amount of calories over and over again. So I went back on my 1,800 calorie diet, and my body was like, wait, we were just eating 4,000 calories a day. Like, let me go back to that. Yeah. Probably more than 4,000. Like, one of the days was probably, like, upwards of 7. Yeah. Like, low-key, the weekend turned into a 10,000 calories every day challenge. Like, but, yeah. Intuitive eating, it's good, but you need a base first before you try any of these fucking fad diets and stuff like that. That's for sure. The Anabolic Diet.
I never actually heard of that one before.
So this is, like, you hear of Greg Doucette?
Yeah.
Remington James, shit like that, like those YouTubers, whatever. So the anabolic diet necessarily isn't like a fad diet, but it is like a way of eating kind of thing. There's like anabolic recipes. It's like taking your favorite foods, like French toast. Like I eat French toast, but I use egg whites. Okay, so that's an anabolic French toast. All right, because it has more protein and it's less calories.
So certain foods that you can make it healthier.
Not healthier because like that word has a bad stigma. There's no such thing as healthy foods and non-healthy foods. There's calories. Like that's about it. Yeah. So it's like it's taking those like really like delicious foods and making them lower calorie and also have a little bit more protein than the normal version would have. So, say you take a pizza. Like, there's anabolic pizzas. You just use, like, a lavish bread or a lavash bread instead of, like, pizza dough that's going to be, like, a super, like, high amount of calories.
Or, like, certain like, sauces.
Use fat-free cheese. Okay. Yeah, use a lower-calorie sauce instead of, like, one of the sauces that's, like, fucking loaded with oils and shit like that. Yeah, so it's just taking those and using, like, lower-calorie ingredients to make a lower-calorie version of those good foods. And that's like, I use a lot of those recipes when I'm craving certain shit. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm craving brownies, so I'm going to make like some protein brownies type of thing. And like, it gets a bad stigma. Like, people like think like, oh, well, it's better for you, so it's going to taste worse. Yeah. Dude, some of the shit is ridiculously good. Like, literally, sometimes I'd rather have that shit than like the normal version. Like, and I feel like I sound like a gym bro when I say that. It's like, oh, it's protein foods. But like, literally, I fucking love them. Like, they just... And people will not like them if you have a shitty fucking protein. So go on the link in the description down below. Go to fnxfit.com. Get some good tasting protein powders for sure. Shameless plug. But like, yeah, their protein powders taste mad good. So like, when I use their proteins and stuff like that, it tastes mad good. If I use a different protein that doesn't taste that good, it doesn't taste good. Okay, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. That's why I work with them, because their proteins just taste amazing. Yeah. Like, and I've tried like a lot of supplement companies' protein powders, and they're just not as good as FNX. Like, simple. And my coaching client right now, BWAP, shout out BWAP. He like, I told him, he was like, oh, I kind of want to get a protein powder or whatever. So I like told him like, oh, you should get this. And he's like, what flavor? Like, I'll take your advice. I told him to get the peanut butter cup one. And I was like, bro, it tastes exactly like a fucking Reese's. And then he hits me up on his daily email that he sends me. And he's like, bro, you were fucking right. Like, it's so fucking good.
Shit.
I'm like, yeah, I fucking told you, bro. And he was like, thank you, like, so much. So I'm guarantee you guys, you won't be disappointed if you go and get the peanut butter cup flavor. It tastes like fucking Reese's. Like, literally, it's so fucking good.
That's good. That does sound good, honestly.
Yeah. Have I let you try any of them?
No, you haven't.
Bro, I gotta get you some. I'm waiting right now because I gotta get my money up so I can make an order. Because I literally just ran out of protein. I'm actually using Gold Standard right now because it's like the Walmart shit. It's like the cheapest one.
You ever realize, like, when you go to a grocery store, on how the shitty foods are all out, like how they, you know what I mean? They get your eye, like, because they're so, like, they're
colorful and all that shit.
Like, I was going around Stop and Shop, and I was just thinking, I'm like, all the healthy foods are, like, hiding. You know what I mean? And because, you know, they want you to eat, like,
well,
shit.
that's good. Some stores, you walk into Walmart and it's the produce section right away, so it's all the fruits and veggies. So that's cool.
That's cool, yeah.
But if you walk in on the opposite, if you walk in same thing with Stop and Shop, it has two entrances, one on the left, one on the right. You walk in the right side, it's the produce section, all the veggies, and then there's the deli and like stuff like that, and it's fucking awesome. Yeah. If you walk in the left side,
that's the side
it's all the Twinkies and candy and all that shit is right there. Yeah, literally, it's fucking crazy.
And it's like, you know, I think
but it's more or less convenience stores rather than grocery stores. Like, if you walk into a convenience store, the first fucking thing you see is the donut rack. Like,
all the chips too. Because it's you know, it catches your eye. But also too, you ever realize how expensive healthy foods are to shit foods?
Yes and no, but this goes back to what I was just saying. There's no such thing as healthy foods or bad foods. There's just calories. So that's where a lot of the anabolic like recipes and shit come in handy, because you can make these delicious ass foods and you can make them fit your diet. And it has a lot. It's kind of like the if it fits your macros approach. It's like if it fits your calories, like you can have it. Yeah. So it's like if you like normally eat 3,000 calories a day, say you're just like you want to eat like a certain meal, make it 200 calories less so you can have a fucking Hershey's bar at the end of the day. Like, it's fine because it's the same amount of calories.
Because you ever look at it, like, you know, let's say you go into a store and you want to, like, you could get your protein bar, right? Protein bar might be $4 to $5, right? You go get a bag of Lay's chips. That's like,
oh, it's 99 cents.
It's like 99 cents, man.
Literally.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, so like those little things. That,
a lot of the snacks and stuff are like that. But like when it comes to like
the meal prep and stuff.
Yeah, like it's cheaper if you buy healthy shit in bulk than like buying like prepackaged shit. If you can fucking go to Walmart and buy a fucking bag of rice that'll last you. It's literally I bought a bag of rice at Walmart for I think like $5-6. It's like a fucking, I think it's like a 5-pound bag of jasmine rice, bro. I'm on week 2 with it, and it still have like a third of the bag left.
No shit, dude.
Yeah, and it lasted me all fucking week. Like I ate it every single day. I ate 2 servings of it every day, and like if you buy shit in bulk, and then I buy like the fucking 10-pound bag of fucking chicken breast.
Oh yeah.
It's like $20. It's like so that's $2 a chicken breast, basically, or $2 a pound type of thing. That's not that bad.
No, that's actually pretty good. Yeah.
So it can be like if you budget correctly.
You gotta like map it all out.
Yeah, it's not as expensive as many people think it is. But if you're buying like a bunch of like prepackaged shit, then yeah.
Like if you go into a grocery store and you don't know what you're getting, but you want to get healthy stuff, you're kind of like, you don't know, and then you're gonna end up buying stuff that you don't need or that
exactly.
Gonna be
you should always go with the list and don't go when you're hungry.
Oh no, never.
That's the worst. But yeah, I actually do a lot of frozen stuff.
Okay.
So I do frozen stuff because frozen stuff is actually, believe it or not, more nutrient dense. Because what they do is they harvest those vegetables and those fruits and stuff at their peak, you know, like at the best like nutrient profile, and then they freeze them.
Okay.
When they're frozen, they don't age. They're not getting any worse, and they're at their peak, so they're the best. They're the best. So like, then when you cook them or whatever, like when you unfreeze them, they're mad good. You ever have a fucking frozen strawberry out of a frozen strawberry bag?
No.
They're so much sweeter than just a normal strawberry, like a fresh one.
No
like
shit.
It's ridiculous.
See, I never knew that.
Yeah,
I've heard
frozen.
the saying back and forth, like the frozen ones are like not the ones that you'd want to gain.
Bro. So and they're cheap as fuck. Like it's cheap as fuck. Get a 10-pound bag of frozen strawberries for like a couple bucks.
I heard like the pineapple ones, the frozen pineapples are really good.
Yeah, I have a tropical blend that's like pineapple, coconut, papaya, like mango.
Oh yeah.
But I also do vegetables that way too. I get, and it's like $1 at Walmart for a frozen pack of broccoli is $1. So I'll get like 6 of those, and I'll get 6 cauliflower rice. They're $1 too. Like I'll just get a shit ton of those, and that'll last me the whole week for like $10 of veggies.
Oh, so you can't beat that.
$10 veggies for the whole week.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucking simple. And then you get $5 for rice, for a fucking bag of rice that'll last you fucking 3 weeks. And then you get $20 for a bag of chicken. Boom. There's your fucking healthy meals. Yeah. Obviously, like, and I got a bag of almonds that I've had they're up in the cabinet. I've had them for, this is going on 2 weeks too. I got them the same time I got the rice. So, it's like half full. So I've only gone through half of it in a week. And it's just like a handful here and there to get some healthy fats. That's all it is. But it can be cheap. And people, like, they think, eating healthy is more expensive. It's like, it can be, but if you do it right, it's not as expensive as buying, like, a shit ton of bad food.
I feel like when you first start
you know what? Eating healthier is way cheaper than eating takeout every night. That's for damn sure. Like, literally, eating pizza, bro, like, buying a pizza, that shit's expensive as fuck, bro. Like, you're better off buying bulk ingredients and cooking your meals for a week. Like, literally. If you want to save money, stop fucking ordering out and getting Chipotle all the time and shit like that. Like, Chipotle, it could be healthy, but it's like, it's expensive. And people are like, it's so expensive to eat healthy. It's like, because you're eating Chipotle every fucking meal. It's like, it's $30 to get a damn fucking burrito bowl.
Yeah. But, so I saw this thing yesterday. I was listening to a podcast. It was one of Joe Rogan's, actually. And he said that it was a thing that actually really caught my eye.
Hold that thought.
No.
This time is about to go out, so we're going to reset this. And we're back. All right, so Joe Rogan's podcast. You were hearing this podcast.
So I was listening to it yesterday, and I was just walking, and he said something that really caught my eye. It was
he said something that caught your eye.
Yeah, no, I really was trying to picture it. No, it might not make sense, but to me,
just fucking with you. Yeah.
But it was food is fuel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
When you think about it, our bodies are like cars. You know what I mean? Like we're literally.
If you don't fuel it properly, it's gonna run like shit.
Like for example, if we're driving somewhere, but we take separate cars, and you fill up
with premium, and you fill up with unleaded.
Unleaded. Who's gonna go farther? Who's gonna go longer?
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
No, it is. It's a great thing to think of food that way, because that's literally what food is. It's fuel. You're trying to fuel your body. And I've noticed. Like a huge goes back to when I did keto for that first time. My diet was shit, right? So I started that first week of dieting not doing keto. I just did like a common sense diet. I was like, all right, stop drinking my calories. This is basically what the unintentional caloric deficit article is about. This is basically what I did. I started drinking more water, pretty much, before every meal. I cut out all the junk food. I stopped like drowning my shit in sauces and stuff like that. I ate all whole foods and fruits and veggies and meats. That's all I did. Yeah. And I lost like 10 pounds in that first week just of switching. And I wasn't tracking my calories. I wasn't like, I need to eat this amount. I was just fucking eating
doing it,
until I was full with whole foods, and that shit was filling me up. So, but in turn, I ended up being in a deficit and I lost weight. And also like a lot of that's water too. Like it wasn't like 10 pounds of fat off in a week. It was a lot of the water retention from eating a lot of processed foods that have mass amounts of sodium in them and stuff like that. So when you have like a shit ton of sodium in your system, you hold on to a lot more water.
Makes sense.
So that's how you lose water weight. And that's why people like lose a shit ton of weight in their first like week or two of dieting, is because they're holding on to a shit ton of water due to processed foods having so much sodium. But excuse me, I'm always burping. Shit, what was I talking about? Fuck. I forget what I was talking about.
Brain fiber right now.
Yeah. Food is fuel. But this is what I noticed is when I switched to all whole foods and lost that dude, I felt amazing.
Dude,
like when I was eating fucking personal pizzas every night and like just eating a bunch of shitty food, I felt like shit. And that's like kind of like why I was like depressed and stuff like that. Like it just eating that shitty food made me feel like shit and made me perform like shit. Like my workout sucked. Yep. Once I started eating healthy whole foods and stuff like that, I started feeling better. All right, batteries died again, but we're back. We got to wrap this up. Yeah, it's just strike three, we're out. But yeah, the battery on the camera's about to die too, so we got to wrap this up. But food is fuel.
Food is fuel, yep.
You feel a lot better when you eat a lot better.
You have a better day too, honestly. Like you have a better like.
Back to my question at the beginning of the podcast: what is the best diet to you?
To me,
what works best for you?
Probably the plant-based.
Yeah, that works best for you?
Plant-based, yeah.
Are you going to go back to it in the future?
I will, but I think I'm going to try that carnivore diet.
Yeah,
I think I'm definitely going to do that
for the whole month of January.
Yeah, I'm going to do some research on that.
We'll go out to the fucking Brazilian grill and shit. We'll do some crazy shit. But yeah, that'll be fucking fun.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
But my opinion, best diet is the one you're able to stick to. Like, it's simple.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever you can stick to.
Works the best for you, yeah.
Keto wasn't the best for me because I couldn't stick to it.
Yeah.
I wanted carbs. So what I'm sticking to now, it's working for me. So I'm just going to stick to that. Eating my French toast and stuff, just tracking my calories, make sure I'm not overeating, just a little intuitive style approach. How to start dieting. Go into the description in the show. Ooh, shit, I just hit my mic. In the description and the show notes down below. And read the articles on unintentional caloric deficit. It's on my website. 6 rules. Follow those rules. You'll lose weight if it's your first time attempting to lose weight. Basically, that's my advice on how to like start dieting if you're like completely new to it and you want to learn a little bit about how like calorie expenditure and shit works. Definitely go check that out. Calories in, calories out, guys. It's the only way you can lose weight, basically. All right, but yeah, that's a good episode.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
All right, guys, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
We never even like addressed the fact that this is like only episode 2. Like we didn't even say anything. We just started going. But
we're new at this.
Yeah, well, we're doing like the intro portion and stuff like that. But thank you guys for listening. We will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
Oh wait, fuck! What am I fucking saying? First of all, Cubes, where can they find you on Instagram?
Cubes123 and then Snapchat @Cubes123.
All right, and you can find me at the Trevor Violet on Instagram, TheTrevor and on Twitter at legendary at LEJEHNDARY because I'm weird and I like to spell it that way. But yeah, that's where you can find me on Instagram. We're out. Peace.